Hello everybody, welcome to the new session of custom duty module. In the computation of custom duty, there is a concept called assessable value. Whenever we are computing or determining the assessable value, in case of importer, there are certain rules to be followed like rule 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12 rules are there. As far as the assessable values are concerned or the computation of assessable value is concerned, rule 3 is applied when there are no restriction as to the disposition or the usage of goods by the buyer after buying of goods in the form of importation. It is the choice of buyer whatever he does, either he is using or dispositing, or sale or prices is not subject to consideration where the value cannot be determined, or no part of the proceeds or subsequent sale or disposal can be accrued directly by the buyer or indirectly by the seller. So then in that situation we are applying rule 3. Whenever we are unable to apply rule 3, then we are going with rule 4, that is called identical goods. We generally know what is identical goods. Any goods which is same in all respects, including its physical appearance, including the quality, including the reputation, then it is called as identical goods. There may be minor differences, but we don't take that into consideration. That is called as identical good. Then we are applying rule 4. If rule 3 or 4 cannot be applied, then we are going to apply rule 5, which is strictly speaking about transaction value of similar goods. Similar goods, it is also same in all respects like component, material, performance, function, commercial interchangeability. All these are taken into consideration, then rule 5 will be taken into consideration. Rule 6, there is no actually any concept here, but it speaks about when rule 3, 4, 5 cannot be applied, then it is compulsory to apply rule 7 and 8, that is spoken in rule 6. Then rule 7, deductive value method. In the assessable value determination, what values are to be deducted from the cost price, that is called as the deducted value. Then rule 8 speaks about computed value. When all the rules from rule 3 to rule 8 are not applicable, then we are applying rule 9. Rule 10 also speaks about residual method. Rule 11, how the declaration to be given by importer. Rule 12, what kind of rejection can be done even after having received declaration by the importer. So have a look into the problems which are solved under computation of assessable value in case of import goods or importation of goods. After having known the rules related to assessable value in case of importation of goods, how assessable value can be computed, there are numerical problems relating to it. In this session 1, we shall concentrate on problem 1 and 2, which are on the basis of assessable value calculation, where various rules are applicable. Look into the question number 1. Let me read out the question. Mr. Prajwal imported certain goods from the related person. Be careful, it is related person of Mr. Karthik from US, and the transaction value has been rejected. Transaction value has been rejected. That means rule 3 is rejected. Rule 4 and 5 of imported valuation are found inapplicable. So here rule 4 or 5 also not applicable. Mr. Prajwal furnishes the following information of the imported goods. There is a cost of the material, fabrication charges, other chargeable expenses, indirect cost, freight, loading charges, normal net profit margin, air freight, insurance charges, exchange rate. Here every value is given in US dollar. That is the reason US exchange value is 1 US dollar is equal to 65 rupees. So look at the problem carefully. Here they are saying that rule 4 and 5 of import valuation are not applicable. When rule 4 or 5 are not applicable, then we need to go with rule 8 because rule 7 speaks about deductive method, but here all the values are given which are to be added. So we need to apply the rule calculation of assessable value. Calculation of assessable value. Here we are taking problem number 1. Assessable value under rule 8. Calculation is done. We need to go with the particulars and amount. So after having read the question, proceed with the solution part. Whatever is given, take accordingly. Whichever is applicable, we need to take. Which is not applicable, we need to just ignore. Cost of the materials are given. Cost of the material is given in 5,000 US dollar. Take as it is. So it is not in rupee, it is in US dollar. Fabrication charges are also given. That is to be added back. Fabrication cost, that is 2,000. Then other chargeable expenses are given. Nothing but direct expenses. Other expenses, chargeable expenses, that is given as 1,000. Next, indirect cost, that is also to be added because it is rule 8. Indirect cost spent by Karthik, that is 900 US dollar. Then freight and loading charges added. Freight charges 600 US dollar. Loading charges to US port, that is also to be added back. That is 500. After adding all this, you need to arrive at a value 5,000 plus 2,000 plus 1,000 plus 900 plus 600 plus 500. That is called total cost spent by Karthik. 10,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,500, 10,000 US dollar. For that, net profit, normal profit is needed to be added back. Add profit, profit margin. Here you have to be very careful. Either you can take 20% of total cost or 25% of FOB price. So let me take 25% of total cost. 25% of total cost comes to 2,500 US dollar. After adding this, we will arrive at 12,500. So this is called FOB price. What is FOB? Free on board price. For that, again we are adding freight and insurance. Freight and insurance. So this is called CIF. So 2,000 and 100, whichever is lower is to be taken in. Actual air freight charges are 20% of FOB. That is to be taken into consideration. That is 2,000. 20% of FOB or actual charges, whichever is lower. FOB cost is 12,500, on that 20%, or actual cost is 2,000, whichever is lower. That is the reason we are taking 2,000 plus insurance is 100. 2,100 will be taken. Then after adding this, we will arrive at 14,600. Then for this again we are adding landing charges. Landing charges at 1% need to be added. 14,600 at 1%, 146 rupees needed to be added. For FOB price 12,500, when we add freight and insurance 2,100, we will arrive at CIF value 14,600. For that we are adding 1% landing charges. 1% of 14,600 comes to 146. So totally the addition is going to be 14,746. This is called assessable value. Assessable value. All the values we have taken in US dollar. In US dollar. So we want to convert it into Indian rupee. What is the Indian rupee? Then write further assessable value in Indian rupee. In Indian rupee. So what is the value here? 14,746 is US dollar. Into $1 is equal to how much? 65 rupees they have given. So 14,746 into 65 rupees, that comes to 9,58,490. So this is the computation of assessable value in case of rule 8. Whenever rule 3, 4, 5 are not applicable, we are proceeding with rule 8. That's it. Go ahead with question number 2. Let me read out the question. ABC company imported goods declaring transaction value of 1000 per unit, which was rejected rule 4 and 5 of imported valuation rules. ABC company furnishes you the following data and requests you to compute the imported goods value as per rule 7. So they are only giving us, you need to apply rule 7. Rule 7 speaks about deductive value method. We need to apply rule 7 here. They have given data. Sale price is given after GST at 12%, that is 5,600. Commission paid at 4% to the agent. Value addition after imported goods. Freight charges from port to import of factory importation. Insurance charges. General expenses. Net profit margin is 20%. Rate of basic custom duty 10%. IGST 12%, nothing but GST. Education asset 3%. So we need to calculate assessable value or customs value under rule 7. Write the heading computation of assessable value under rule 7. As we know, rule 7 speaks about deductive value method. You need to apply or you need to take the data in 2 columns. Particulars column, so here the values are given in rupees. Let us take all the values in rupees. Selling price is given inclusive of GST. Plus GST is there, IGST at 12% is given. So per unit, amount per unit here, per unit 5,600. Then from the selling price you are supposed to deduct the GST at what percent? 12%. 5,600 is for 112%, we want only 100%. Then how do you calculate this? 5,600 into 12 by 112, that comes to 600. Then after having removed this, selling price before GST, because here they are given including GST, we need to remove IGST. 5,600 minus 600 comes to 5,000. From this, whatever needs to be deducted, all such values are to be deducted. Less post importation expenses. After importing whatever we have spent, post importation expenses, whatever is there, that should be deducted. Whatever is given, commission paid is given. Commission paid, whatever the percentage is 4% before GST. Before GST price is how much? 5,000. On that 5,000, what rate is to be taken? 4%. 5,000 into 4% comes to 200 rupees. Then value addition after import. Value addition, what is the value they added? That is 100 rupees value addition charges are given, that is to be deducted. Then freight charges, everything whatever is added should be deducted. Freight charges, how much is freight charges? They have taken 150 rupees. Then insurance 50. ₹50. Commission, insurance is 50. General expenses after importation 100. There is another that is called net profit. Profit is also added in selling price after GST. So that is to be deducted 1000 rupees. Net profit margin 20% they have given. So 5000 into 20%. 1000, that is to be added. Then we need to deduct all these values from 5000. 5000 minus 200, 4800, 4700, 4500, 4400 minus 1000, 3400. This is called cum duty price. Cum duty price. From this we need to deduct IGST less IGST. At what percent IGST is applied? At 12%. 12% of 3400, that comes to 408. That should be deducted. Again from this we need to deduct inclusive of education cess. Deduct this 3400 minus 400, 3000 minus 80 is 2992 less cess. At what percent? Cess is at 3%. So custom duty plus 3%, that comes to 2992 into 10.3, because the rate of tax is 10%, on that cess is 3%. 10.3 divided by 110.3, that comes to 279. So cum duty price is 3400. From that we are deducting IGST at 12%. 3400 at 12%, 408. Then this is cum duty after GST, 2992. Here custom duty is at 10% and cess, education cess is at 3%. 10% plus 3%, 2992 into 10.3. 10%, 3% of 10% is 10.3 divided by 110.3. After having removed 279, we will arrive at 2713. That is assessable value for the purpose of importation of goods under Rule 7. That's it. We shall meet in session 2.